Messy driving conditions and wicked weather moving across parts of the U.S. Will we be seeing anything from that system right here in Central PA? Plus, caught in 4K on body camera footage, the moment a barn fire is fully engulfed in flames in Adams County. The details in minutes.
If a dog bites a volunteer, I should know about it.
The pursuit for pursuit after a dog nearly euthanized is taken. We want answers and volunteers want change. Plus,
help, please, please help. My heart just sunk.
Gosh, months after this explosion at a home in Susquehanna Township, the family speaking exclusively to CBS 21.
Live from Central Pennsylvania, this is CBS 21 News This Morning.
Well, that same system moving through Oklahoma and Texas, clobbering California, causing flooding, rescues, and damage across the state. That system even bringing some unusual weather to places that haven't seen it in years. Parts of that storm heading our way. Thanks for joining us this morning. It is Monday, February 27th. I'm Candace Scalise with meteorologist Steve Nye. We are tracking a weather watch day today.
Yeah, and 2 more days left in February already.
Can you believe it? I know it's a shorter month, but still.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to get a kind of a glancing blow from that system that did cause a breakout of some severe weather in places like Texas and Oklahoma yesterday. But
apart from loss of life, it is definitely the worst thing that I could ever imagine.
Yeah, nothing prepares you for it.
Nothing prepares you for it.
In a powerful one-on-one interview with Chad and Jennifer Barber, the homeowners who lost everything when their Susquehanna Township home exploded in December. We are learning more information about the timeline on what happened and their family's story of survival.
I got a little bit of cell signal. I got a text message, and it was from my one daughter, and she said, "Where are you? Why aren't you picking up your phone? Help, please, please help." My heart just sunk. I mean, we're still on a plane. We haven't even landed yet, and we were absolutely frantic.
As CBS 21's Jessica Babb shows us, even as they are surrounded by loss, they're holding on to faith as they move forward. You can see the video of that house just destroyed. You can watch the exclusive interview by heading over to our website, cbs21.com. We are continuing to follow the dramatic tale of pursuit. This dog right here. Now, he was said to be euthanized for violent behavior before a volunteer took him from the Humane Society of Harrisburg. But the tale has left us with even more questions surrounding the Humane Society. CBS 21's Elise Person is looking into this incident and, in particular, the timeline.
Former volunteers and staff members got together Wednesday night for 2.5 hours. They want the Humane Society of Harrisburg area's executive director to step down.
We are trying to make a difference for these animals, and change needs to happen.
Right now, authorities are still searching for answers in Lancaster County after police say a man killed a 12-year-old in the Columbia borough. 39-year-old Jason Shackelford facing additional charges this morning after police discovered the body of a young girl in a freezer in a basement. Shackelford admitted to police he raped and killed his girlfriend's 12-year-old daughter, Elena Smith, on February 8th. Now the girl's father, Dwayne Smith, is speaking in a YouTube video about the impact his daughter not only had on his life, but the legacy that she leaves behind.
I keep her alive in my heart by going through with all the milestones that were to come in her life.
Right now, a Montgomery County woman is being charged with endangering the welfare of a child and reckless endangerment after her 6-year-old son was found with a loaded handgun at school. Authorities say Jasmine Devlin failed to secure the gun in her home. According to police, on February 9th at Joseph K. Gottwalls Elementary School, officials found this gun in his bag after multiple students reported seeing it on the school bus. According to the DA's office, the gun was a straw-purchased firearm and illegal purchase of a firearm by one person for another. Police are confirming that a body was found yesterday in downtown Harrisburg, and according to officials, it was found in the area of 3rd and South Streets around 3 p.m., just around the corner from the Capitol. Police are now investigating this incident as a suspicious death. At this time, they're working to determine a cause of death. This is a developing story. You can stay with us here on CBS 21 News on air and online for the very latest details. A Philadelphia police officer is in the hospital this morning after being shot multiple times. Authorities say they have 2 people in custody, but they are still searching for a third. Police say the officer and his partner were conducting a vehicle investigation when the officer was shot twice in the stomach. What led up to that investigation is still unknown. The injured officer is a 5-year veteran of the force and is expected to recover. And check out this body camera video from a barn fire that quickly spread to a home with high winds fanning the flames. This all happening in Adams County. Officials say the fire began around 2:30 Friday afternoon on the 1400 block of Pine Run Road.
Live from Central Pennsylvania, this is CBS 21 News This Morning, Election 2022.
The next governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro.
God bless you all. Thank you.
Well, there we have it. After months of campaigning, we have the projected winners for U.S. Senate and governor right here in PA. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on this post-election morning. I'm Candace Scalise. A lot of election results to get to this morning and still some undecided races across the nation. We'll talk about that in minutes. Let's first talk about PA. Josh Shapiro projected to be the next governor of Pennsylvania. John Fetterman, the state's current lieutenant governor, projected to win PA's open U.S. Senate seat, defeating celebrity TV doctor Mehmet Oz. I'm here with Luke Birdsall this morning. He is breaking everything down when it comes to mail-in votes, when it comes to this race, how close it was.
Do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
And the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Taking the oath of office, history in the making. Waking up this morning, Pennsylvania has a new governor and a new lieutenant governor. With a hand on 3 Hebrew Bibles, Josh Shapiro is now Pennsylvania's 48th governor. He didn't address specific policy plans during his inauguration speech. He did touch on protecting abortion rights, which was a key of his campaign, as well as the idea of rejecting extremism. He preached bipartisanship and says he wants to work with Republicans, something Republican leaders say they're hoping for.
Power for the sake of power, conflict for the sake of conflict gets us nowhere.
Before a newly divided Congress last night, President Biden delivering a clear message in his State of the Union address. Let's finish the job. The president issuing a plea for unity. As the parents of Tyree Nichols looked on, the president called on lawmakers to pass police reform. He also took a swipe at Republicans on entitlement programs, saying some Republicans want to cut Social Security and Medicare. That evoked boos from the crowd. He then spun it in his favor.
Let me give you, anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal. Social Security and Medicare is off the books now, right? They're not to be sponsored.
All right, so to break down the State of the Union, we spoke to our CBS 21 political insiders, talking about Democratic strategist Brittany Camprice and Republican strategist Charlie Giroux. Here's how they felt about the president's address. All right, thanks, Megan. Still to come this morning, residents are now demanding answers after this happened. That train derailment that led to toxic chemicals released in Ohio. We have the very latest in a live report straight ahead. People who live in East Palestine, Ohio can finally return home 5 days after a train derailment released toxic fumes into the air. Chloe Mesogaitis from our sister station in Palestine, Ohio, joining us live with the very latest details. Chloe.
Hey Candace, good morning. We are here in downtown East Palestine where, like you said, that evacuation has been lifted here. And let me tell you, residents are just
elated to be heading home after this 6 days since this initial train derailment sent people to some of these American Red Cross shelters and had Governor DeWine bringing in the National Guard and other different officials monitoring the air quality and blocking off the roads here. Now we're standing on the corner of Main and Market Street, where it's been blocked off for quite a few days. Now it's open up to the public, and many businesses hoping to open up their doors on this Thursday. Now, we know yesterday Governor Mike DeWine, he was on the ground here in East Palestine for that press conference where he announced that with government officials, they have been monitoring this situation on the ground since the weekend. And those efforts really led to that evacuation order being lifted. Multiple states and federal agencies were able to help, from Pennsylvania to West Virginia. And they really have been monitoring the air and water quality here. We were able to hear from the EPA, and here's what they had to say.
Over the last 24 hours, we've continued to monitor, and as we've reported before, all the readings we've been recording in the community have been at normal concentrations, normal background, and all that data combined together is accumulated, and we review it, provide it to the health agencies, and it's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of data points that we've collected over the time to show that the air quality in the town is safe.
For now, that train derailment site will continue to be monitored by the NTSB, and that air quality will also be monitored, and many residents can even ask for at-home tests to check out their air quality once they do head back to their homes. That's what we have for now. It's all pretty quiet here in East Palestine, but the morale is high. Reporting live in East Palestine, I'm Chloe Mesagaitis. Back to you.
All right, coming up in the next half hour, we are staying on top of that breaking news out of Lancaster County. A live report from the scene straight ahead.
CBS 21 News begins with breaking news.
We are starting our 6 o'clock hour following breaking news overnight of a fire in Leacock Township. I'm Candace Scalise. Thanks for joining us this morning. So far, dispatch crews saying they responded to the Amish View Inn and Suites Hotel around 2:40 this morning. Megan Majinski live on the active scene. Megan, what's going on right now?
Hi, Candace. Things are calming down. Fire crews have, for the most part, packed up. I just watched the CEO, who I've talked to a couple times this morning, walk into the building to assess the damage for the first time. He says, as far as he could tell me when we talked last, that the damage kind of spanned the first floor, both from fire damage, smoke damage, and water damage from crews as they cleaned up. I'm going to step out of the way. My photographer can show you around a little bit.
Breaking news right now. All flights across the U.S. have been grounded due to a glitch with the Federal Aviation Administration's computer system. We are going to take a live look here at Ronald Reagan Airport. This is in Virginia. The FAA says it was working to restore its notice to air mission system, which alerts pilots of potential hazards along a flight route. Breaking at noon, Chief Justice Roberts confirming the draft opinion on Roe versus Wade is authentic. The draft opinion leaked to Politico last night suggests the Supreme Court's conservative majority is set to change course. Chief Justice Roberts is ordering an investigation into what he calls an egregious breach of trust. Roe versus Wade is the landmark 1973 Supreme Court case guaranteeing abortion rights, and that means abortion would be decided on a state-by-state basis. We have multiple breaking news stories we're following at this hour. We begin at noon with a truck convoy making its way to our nation's capital, standing in solidarity with Canadian truckers. Truck drivers say they are frustrated with COVID-related mandates, high gas prices, and over-regulation. Right now, they're expected to pass through Harrisburg and end in D.C., where at least 700 unarmed National Guard troops are deployed. To the left of your screen, you can see a live shot from Lemoyne. To the right of your screen, you can see Dylan Fearon. He is from our sister station live in Scranton right now. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Candace Scalise. We begin with breaking news this morning. Senator John Fetterman was admitted to a D.C. hospital last night. It happened after Fetterman, who suffered a stroke in May of 2022, started feeling lightheaded toward the end of the Senate Democratic retreat. A spokesperson released a statement saying the initial tests did not show evidence of a new stroke. Fetterman is reportedly in good spirits and talking with his staff and family. Doctors decided to keep the senator overnight for observation and for more tests. We'll have more on a statement coming up in about 30 minutes.
I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna party.
All those people clapping like, good for you. We want our baggage too. Yeah.
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory.
What a way to wake up this morning. Jalen Hurts delivering that slightly painful rendition of Fly, Eagles, Fly after beating the 49ers. The Birds are going to the bowl.
All right, are you getting ready? Super Bowl 57, just 3 days away. The Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs facing off for NFL supremacy just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. This morning, that's where we find Chris Daniels. He is live with a preview. Chris, sounds like it's been a celebration leading up to this big game all week long. Good morning.
And good morning to you in Harrisburg and Gettysburg and through the Cumberland Valley. We are live this morning for you here in Phoenix, Arizona. The teams, as you know, like the Eagles, have flown west already, have been here throughout the week, but there are a ton of events like the Super Bowl experience where we are standing right now. Yes, the game still a few days away, but the show has already come to town.
It's been 8 years since Arizona hosted a Super Bowl.
In the 40-yard dash, the actual game a few miles west of town in Glendale, now just 3 days away. That's the story here live in Phoenix. I'm Chris Daniels. Let's send it back to you in Harrisburg.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! And Pennsylvanians across the Commonwealth cheering on BA's own Philadelphia Eagles, even the smallest of eaglets. Like some young fans from Milton Hershey School showing their spirit.
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Milton Hershey's commitment to being part of the Bird Gang doesn't stop there either. In Founders Hall, the Chimes are playing Fly, Eagles, Fly anthem too. Lots of fun there. The Birds fly into the Super Bowl stadium in just 3 days to meet their match, the Kansas City Chiefs.
At least. All right, we've got a warm start, but a little bit of light rain that's out there. I'm going to talk about rain chances heading into the weekend. My first morning forecast coming up.
Yep, definitely wearing Eagles green tomorrow ahead of the Super Bowl. And take a look at this. This is a live look right now at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Stay with us. Good morning. Thanks for joining us on Thursday, February 2nd. It's Groundhog Day. I'm Candace Scalise with meteorologist Steve Knight, checking out what's happening right now with Punxsutawney and Gobbler's Knob, PA. Of course, we're all waiting to find out winter or spring. Is it in our future? And they're jamming this morning.
Yeah, they are. Well, you know, look, it's early February. You know, it's like, don't threaten me with a party, right?
Right.
So there you go.
If I must.
I love that. Look at Phil.
Yeah.
In the Alert Center this morning, it's the low before the high. Starting today at 4:20, all adults over the age of 21 will legally be able to buy recreational marijuana at Housing Works Cannabis Company in East Village, New York. Now, it is the first in New York State, by the way. So what's this budding industry doing next? Well, cannabis delivery has now been approved in the state. So they expect to start issuing licenses for weed delivery in the very next month.
I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Okay, let's take a walk down nostalgic lane. Nintendo's beloved game Super Mario Brothers is heading to the big screen.
I do love movie popcorn.
Yeah, nothing like it.
When I go to the movies, I got to get like the huge tub.
We would go with my extended family and buy one tub and pass it back and forth. You just never wanted to be on the end because then you always had to go and get the refills. So there you go. So let's talk more about movies. Penn Stakes took a break from Pennsylvania sport books and they ranked some of the best movies ever shot right here at home.
All right, these are movies shot in Pennsylvania. They ranked them from 1 to 5. Number 1 coming in with the 1991 film Silence of the Lambs, The First Avengers, 1999's The Sixth Sense, Batman The Dark Knight Rises, and Silver Linings Playbook. The first Creed movie also made the list, along with the iconic 1976 classic Rocky,
which I've been told is a must-watch. Steve has given me a list this morning, actually, of movies I need to watch, and that's on the list.
Couple of movies that she hasn't seen that she needs to watch. And I'm sorry, but the original Rocky from 1976 is the best movie ever shot in Pennsylvania. That's just my opinion, but I'm not wrong. But yeah, the other one I told you.
It's factual opinion.
Candace has never seen the first Rocky. I'm like, oh, Candace.
It's true.
And she's never seen The Shawshank Redemption.
I haven't.
I put it on her list.
I've also never seen Sixth Sense or Silence of the Lambs. So, like, I have a list that, or Back to the Future.
Have you seen The Wizard of Oz, Gone with the Wind?
Rejoice, if you're a Beyonce lover, you already know. She is headed back on tour. Queen Bee announcing the Renaissance World Tour on Instagram yesterday morning. It's going to feature music from her latest album, which has been garnering acclaim since it dropped last summer. We are counting down to music's biggest night right here on CBS. Ranky Tanky. It's a South Carolina group that's been nominated for a second Grammy this year. Michelle Medina is introducing us to this group that is really breaking barriers with their unique style of music. Sorry, I'm down there in that corner with a little smirk there. We've got our director, our producer, our floor director. We've got us all out here on the screen.
That is such the Candace smirk, too.